Quickly cooking some grilled shrimp is one of my favorite things. Here's how I do it. First, I soak the wooden skewers in some water. This is so they don't burn with the cooking process. It's optional, but recommended. You can use fresh shrimp, but today I'm actually starting with frozen shrimp because that's what I had in my freezer. I go ahead and soak it in some cold water for a bit just to allow it to defrost naturally. For my seasonings, I start first with some garlic powder. Then I use some onion powder, followed by some adobo. It should be half a teaspoon of adobo. Then I put some paprika, and lastly I put cayenne pepper, which is optional. The link with the full recipe details will be listed in the description box below. The shrimp is defrosted now, so I go ahead and peel it. I always start with shrimp that has already been deveined. You can see it's nice and clean here, which makes the whole process much easier. I peel off the skin and then just leave the tail just for presentation, but you can peel off the whole thing if you prefer. This is pretty good quality shrimp. You can tell because none of them are freezer burned. This is why I have no problem buying frozen shrimp from my local grocery store. So I take all of my seasonings that I had set aside and I just gradually mix it all together. Again, the only clarification is that the adobo should be only half a teaspoon. I mix everything together well, and then I go ahead and add it to the shrimp. I sprinkle it in batches just to make sure that it all mixes in pretty well. This recipe is pretty adaptable, but this is just kind of my go-to recipe for a quick, easy, delicious shrimp. The next thing I add is Caribbean green seasoning, which is optional, but highly recommended. As I've said in the past, you can find it in a bottle from any international grocery market. Next, I add some vegetable oil, and then I go ahead and mix it all together. This shrimp really isn't very spicy, but if you desire it to be spicy, you always can add more pepper. Once I'm done mixing, I set the shrimp aside so that I can prepare the grill. I use this indoor stovetop grill. I love it because it's very easy to use and very simple to clean. I take some vegetable oil and I just coat the top of it with a brush. I usually set the smaller burner in the back to medium and the larger burner up front to medium-low. Next, I thread the shrimp onto wooden skewers. I usually like to kind of alternate the shrimp just to help them lay a little bit more flat, but you can do whatever you prefer. I finished threading the shrimp fairly quickly, and you can see that this is such a nicely, beautifully seasoned plate of shrimp, ready to grill. I place the shrimp skewers on the stovetop grill, and they actually do cook fairly quickly. You really only need to cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. You kind of need to gauge it and watch. If one side is too hot or one side is cooler, then you just rotate and alternate the shrimp accordingly. Really in no time, you'll see that your shrimp will be done. It's one of the easiest things to make, which is why I love it. You can enjoy these shrimp skewers plain or add them to your favorite meal. Thanks so much for watching. The link with the full written recipe will be listed in the description box below.